Hello, I'm Daksha Patel from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. I'm working as an assistant professor in computer department. Now today we are going to learn about part 6 for unit number 2, in which we are going to study the sorting technique, that is cell sort. Now first of all we see how cell sort is working, and then after that write the code for cell sort and find the time complexity for cell sort. Now the cell sort method is the improvement over the simple insertion sort. In this method the elements are at fixed distance are compared. The distance will be then decremented by some fixed amount, and again comparison will be made. Finally, the individual element will be compared. Now, here we see it step by step. The given array, divide the array into several smaller non-contiguous segments. Then the distance between the successive elements in one segment is called gap. Each segment is sorted within the itself using insertion sort. The resegment into larger segment, or say smaller gap. We repeat the same process until our segment become 1, means gap is equal to 1. The final sorting finish with the entire array get sorted. Now we understand the cell sort with the help of example. Here the total number of element given in the array, that is 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Suppose the index is starting from 0. So total number of elements in the given array is 9 and index is starting from 0. Now we find the gap for segmentation or for comparison at fixed distance by using particular variable gap. Gap is equal to n by 2. Here n is equal to 9 by 2. So 4.5. So we take it as a 4. Now we compare the element at fixed distance, that is 4. Now 80, here 80 is compared with the distance 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now the 42 is compared with at the fixed distance, that is at gap 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now among 3 we compare which one is the smaller from 3, that is 80, 42 and 10. 10 is the smaller than, after that 42 and then 80. So here 10 is come at the first position and then 42 and then 80. Now in the next we compared 93 with 30 at gap 4 at the distance 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 60 is compared with 68, 12 is compared with 85. So 93 is compared with 30. 30 is smaller than 93, so we exchange it. Now next 60 is compared with 68, so here no need to exchange because 60 is smaller than 68. Now 12 is compared with 85, here also no need to swap because 12 is smaller than 85. Now these are the array get at the first step. Now in the second step we find the gap sequence, that is the gap 1 by 2. What is the value of gap 1? That is 4. 4 by 2 is equal to 4. Now we compare the element at the distance 2. Now 10 is compared with distance at 2, that is 10 is compared with 1 and 2 here. Now 60 is compared with distance 2, that is 1 and 2. Now 42 is compared at distance 2, that is 1 and 2. Now 68 is compared at distance 1 and 2. Now among these we sort it by using insertion sort, that is 10, 60, 42, 68 and 82. Among them 10 is at right position. Now 60, 42, 68 and 80. Among them 42 is the smaller, so it is come at this position, and then 60 and then 68 and then 80. Now in the next steps, 30 at compared distance 2, that is 1 and 2, 12 at distance 2, that is 1 and 2, 93 at distance 1 and 2, that is 85. Among that 12 is come at the position 2, then 30, then 93 and 85. Here 93 and 85, so 85 is smaller than 93, so 85 is come at index 6. Now we, in the next step, we reduce the gap, that is gap 2 by 2. What is the value of gap 2? That is 2. 2 divided by 2, that is 1. Now we compare at distance 1. So here all are compared at individual element. So 10, 12, 42, 30. So here 42 is larger than 30. So we change it 30, 42, then 60. 60 is compared with 85, then 68, and then 93 and 80. Now adjacent element are compared and then sort. Here we get the sorted array. Now we reach here at the segment gap 1. Now we write the code for cell sort. The first we find the gap sequence, gap value by using the number of element divided by 2. For this, for cell sort 3 loop is required. First for find the gap sequence, second for j, and third for I. Here 4 we find the n by 2, and we continue finding the gap value when it become 1, and then gap by 2. Now for j is equal to gap, the value of gap and the j which is same, and we compare it, we increase the value of j up to n, that is j less than n and j plus plus. And what is the use of I loop? Now I loop is not continue incremented until the last value of n, but it is the increment up to the value of j. In the first position we see that the gap value is 4, then I is incremented up to the 4, not it is incremented after 4, 5, 6, 7 and up to the last. So I is equal to j minus gap, I is greater or equal to 0 and I minus minus. Now after that what we do, if value of a of I plus gap is greater than a of I, the value of gap which is greater than a of I, then we cannot do anything, simply forward it. So but if the value of I plus gap is less than a of I, then we swap it, a of I plus gap with a of I. Now the time complexity for cell sort is order of n square. Now next sorting algorithm we discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.